Ladies and gents, holy hell. Oh man, I look like a hot mess. I hope you're not watching this on YouTube. It has been a hot minute since I've put out an episode. If you follow me on Instagram or Facebook or any of those social media channels, you know I just recently got promoted at work, so been super busy. I'm now the marketing manager for the whole state of Florida, so I've been traveling a lot and going all over the country just for training and to meet different people in our company. So it's been crazy. I haven't got a chance. All my weekends have been booked up because I got events in Florida and I'm working on some new stuff for 2020. So just been busy. I apologize because I've been wanting to put out an episode for weeks now, and I've had a lot of ideas. And there's a couple people I want to interview, but I just don't have, unfortunately, time scheduling wise. But I'm going to make it happen. I did a podcast with a couple of the people that I work with, and I just got to put it out there. So I also want to sit down with a few other people that I've interviewed in the past and kind of see how things are going with them. So definitely more episodes to come. Just let me get through this holiday season, and 2020 we'll do it big. We'll do it right. Okay, but before we get into today's episode, I do want to give a quick shout out to Superfat. You guys hear me talk about it all the time. Superfat is the bomb, folks. Let me tell you why. It's a healthy keto nut butter. It's got really good plant-based fats in it. Very similar to how, fats are good for you, like in an avocado. Same concept, except it's peanut butter. Everyone loves peanut butter. If you don't love peanut butter, you're crazy. Or if you're like one of those nut jobs that have a peanut allergy, I'm sorry, I know that sucks, but you're ruining everyone else's life, especially on an airplane. But anyway, Superfat is absolutely incredible. I'm in love with them. Normally, I just take a pouch. They're like little 1.5 ounce pouches. You should just take that to the face. I like that because it actually controls you from, like, you ever take a spoon and do like 6 scoops, like out of a peanut butter jar, just go crazy and keep eating. The next thing you know, you then take 90 grams of bad fats. Well, this is actually a little pouch, so it keeps you controlled, and it's actually good fats, so it's healthy for you. It's nut butter. It's really good. But now I've actually been using these like in my daily peanut butter routine, so to speak. So instead of just doing a pouch and just, sucking it down, I actually use it on like my peanut butter sandwiches. I use it in my smoothies. For the holidays, I actually made peanut butter cookies, which were ridiculously good. I use the coconut almond butter that they have at superfat.com, and then I mix that with some coconut flour. Let me tell you something, folks. That was the bomb. In fact, I'm going to have a blog post up this weekend where I'll kind of walk you through how to make the recipe with Superfat. But you can use them in smoothies. Again, you can use them wherever you use peanut butter normally. Get these guys. Go to superfat.com. When you get done loading up your cart, put in the code Berardo10. You're going to get a discount. Compliments of me, yours truly. You're not going to regret it.
It's just funny. It's funny, the way you tell the story and everything.
Funny how?
Come here, though. Yeah, he's crazy, see? Who are you?
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Are you ready?
Okay. So today's episode is very exciting. I think. I don't know. A lot of episodes I think are exciting. I'm not a big fan of the ones with just me in it, but every time I want to do an episode or do a podcast, I either have to travel somewhere and do it. I've just been too busy. But it's the holidays, so I kind of wanted to do my own little episode because it's got me thinking a lot around the holidays, whether it's preparing and saving up for to buy gifts or just kind of thinking about 2020. But it did get me thinking about just kind of owning the day. This Christmas, I would probably say in terms of materialistic stuff and like monetarily, we felt extremely good about buying gifts and taking care of our family because, if it was up to me, I would give, if I could, if I didn't have other mouths to feed like the wife, I would give my parents as much money as I possibly could. And as much as they'd done for me over the years and putting out with my ass, I wanted to give them a lot. And I feel like we did pretty good. And I feel like we did it to the point where we weren't living paycheck to paycheck and we were comfortable buying gifts. We kind of put a plan together. So, but that didn't come easy. And that's kind of why I want to do this podcast because, as the new year approaches, if your year didn't go the way you wanted it to, that's kind of no one's fault except your own. What do you got to do to fix it? What do you got to do to have a better year than you did the year before? And I wrote down a couple things, and I kind of wanted to go over them with you guys. But it really all starts, and this is going to sound kind of stupid, but it all starts with a really good night's rest. You got to get 7 to 9 hours. That's the average. 8 hours is what you want. 7 is like the bare minimum. I'm the worst. I probably get like 5 to 6 hours a day. I really try. I'm going to be, doing a lot more meditation and yoga and possibly some more sauna. I used to do that a lot, and it used to, help me sleep. But I haven't been doing it a lot lately, so I haven't really. But 8 hours is what you want. That's the average. But you got to get a good night's rest. And I have noticed that I haven't been doing this lately. The wife is the worst at this, and she knows it because I used to be as well. I made it a point, if we go to bed at like 8:30, 9 o'clock, not go to bed, but, we go in bed. You know what I mean? But if we make it to the bed at 9 o'clock, at like 8:30, I put my phone on the nightstand, take a shower, do whatever you got to do, brush your teeth, all that jazz, and I don't pick up my phone at night. So once I'm on the bed, I try not to pick up my phone. Now, the holidays were tough because, I'm Amazon, Prime and left and right. You're looking at an Amazon Prime member, folks. But, I was on my phone pretty much 24/7, just getting ready for the holidays. You don't want to be putting, your phone right up to your face right before you go to bed. That blue light that goes in your skull every night, that is not good for you. Google that shit. It's not okay. Now, of course, you could maybe dim the lights. I don't know if you ever tried that, but you go to your phone, you can make it a yellow tint. That's a little bit better on your eyes, so you're not straining as much. Especially if you're like me, I have glasses, so I'm straining like at night, and then I got the TV like in the background, I got my phone in front. It's just a bad situation. It's not okay to do. So I stopped doing that about a month ago, and I'm loving it. I enjoy it. I mean, of course, I want to look at my phone all the time. Phones are awesome. YouTube's great. Instagram is, it's the bomb. Everyone loves it. I get it. But, you want to get a good night rest. So once you pick up that phone in bed, it's really tough to put down. And then once you put it down, it's almost like you don't know what to do. Like the TV or the silence of nothingness before you go to bed is not going to satisfy that like urge that you have, from looking at your phone, all the content that got put in your face. It's tough. So try to put your phone away at 8:30, 8 o'clock, whenever you start going to bed, and don't look at it anymore. Another thing I stopped doing is I stopped drinking so late. So like if I have a glass of wine, which I love having like a glass of wine for dinner, it's literally like the greatest thing in the world. Especially when it's like some spaghetti or something. Oh, forget it. Don't drink so late. Again, try cutting that off like at 8 o'clock or so, because it's kind of the same thing where you're not going to get that full sleep that you need. It's that restless sleep. You don't know it, you don't feel it until you go to bed. Your body knows it, and your body's not getting the rest because your body's trying to get rid of that toxin. It doesn't know what that is. It's alcohol. It's not supposed to be in your body. It's trying to get rid of it, passing through your liver and all that stuff. So your body's working hard late at night. You don't want that noise going on either. You know what I mean? And then, of course, you guys know if you follow my IG stories, I like to cook. I'm a big proponent in cooking. I hate eating out. Sometimes I have to when I travel, or if I'm, hosting clients, or I'm going out with customers or something like that. And I'm not a big fan, mainly because, being vegan, it is tough to find something that I can eat that's actually healthy for me and doesn't upset me when I'm traveling. Try to cook more. Not only is it a lot cheaper, so if you do the math per day, you're going to be saving a lot more money by picking up, $2 for a pound of chicken versus spending $12 on a meal at Outback. You know what I'm saying? You do that every day. Think about it. Even if you eat out 3 times a week, that's $30 a week just for you. If you got a wife or a girl or a boy that you're taking out, that's $60 a week. And that's just with food. I know you're drinking. I know you're having a couple glasses of vino. I get it. I'm with you. You might be having an app, maybe get a side salad. You could be spending $100 a meal. You do that 3 times a week, forget it. That's $300 a week. Do the math. That's a mortgage per month that you're spending just on food. And let's not even talk about the Starbucks you people are spending. My wife is the fucking worst at that. That's $5 a day. I don't even want to do that math. That's going to upset me. I'm trying to be positive here. But again, you just got to think, eat out less, cook more. Cooking's very, very, very relaxing for some people. Some people, it stresses you out. That's okay. Maybe baking's your thing. Maybe you don't want to bake. Maybe you just want to, saute some veggies or something. There's something cool about just cooking a meal yourself, dishing out on a plate, watching TV, sitting with your loved one, whatever you're doing, just looking at each other and you're just talking about your day, but then you're eating a meal that you cooked. It's very satisfying, especially when you get in the routine. Your first couple meals aren't going to be that good, of course. But once you get in the routine, I'm telling you, it's very, very satisfying. And, there's so many YouTube channels and blogs and recipes out there. It's so easy to cook now. There's just so many people that know so many great ways to cook really, really good food at home. You're going to save money, so you're going to be happy that way, right? You're going to be able to spend the money on other stuff you want. And also, you're going to cook healthy food at your house. You're not going to have 15 people touching your chips, in the back of the restaurant. It's just you cooking. Obviously you got it from the supermarket and 15 people probably touched it over there, but I'd rather take a few people at the supermarket than, going from the back of a kitchen or back of the house, as they say, all the way up to your table at a restaurant. Oof. I'm a little suspect about what is going on with that food from point A to point B. You know what I'm saying? So if I can avoid that at all costs, I will. Now, obviously that's at night, right? But the big thing for me is when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I used to do, and the first thing I know you do, is you reach and you grab that fucking phone, don't you? The first thing you do when you get up is you grab that phone and you hit that little camera button and you go on Instagram. I know you do, because I used to do it all the time. But now I make it a point. I usually get up at like 6 o'clock in the morning, so I keep my phone on my nightstand. Remember, I haven't touched it since like 8:30, 9 o'clock, right, the night before. But I wake up at like 6 o'clock. I go grab myself a cup of coffee. I sit down. Maybe sometimes I might throw in some headphones if the wife is still sleeping. Maybe I'll jam out to some music. But I don't look at any screens, and I make it a point for 30 minutes. So if you get up at 7, don't look at a screen till 7:30. And I just kind of enjoy that 30 minutes of peace and quiet. No noise. Just kind of soak in the day. Prepare myself. Maybe I think about what I got to do. Maybe I got errands to do. Maybe there's a proposal I got to put together at work. A presentation I got to put together. I spend 30 minutes just kind of sucking in all the day's juices, getting ready to rock and roll. You know what I'm saying? And then 30 minutes later, I don't even go to my phone. I go right to my laptop because I start working. I work from home. So I start working from my laptop. And then, of course, keep my phone next to me if it rings, whatever. But I want to stay focused on a bigger screen. I don't want to be like this right in the morning. Because you know what happens? The second you get on here, you start seeing and hearing a bunch of bullshit. People going to the Bahamas and, Kim Kardashian and Jennifer Lopez in a commercial together. And you start thinking about this and that. And you start looking at this body and that body and these people and that. And you start thinking about other stuff instead of thinking about what you have to take care of. And that's the fucking problem. There's nothing else matters except what you got to do. All that other shit that we see is all noise. It doesn't even matter what your spouse is doing. Because guess what? Your spouse is going to do whatever the fuck your spouse is going to do. And if you are married, you married folks are going to get this, you could tell your spouse what to do. Most likely she's not going to do it. Even if she wants to do it, the fact that you told her what to do, she's not going to do it. So the only thing you can control on a daily basis is what you do. So you have to wake up every morning and you got to own that shit. You got to own today. And you're not going to do that through this. Throughout the day, when you do use your phone, what are you browsing? Is it beneficial to you? I make it a point, and I work from home, so it's even more difficult for me. But if you work in a cubicle, let's say, and you have a break from 12 to 1, make it that hour is your social media time. Aside from that, you don't have any social media time. Just try it out for a day. Try it out for a week. Try it out for a month, whatever. But just try it. Slot out a certain amount of time for a break. Get out of the habit of like sneaking away real quick, or maybe you're on a phone call and you're talking with somebody, but then you open up your phone real quick and check your Twitter account. Get out of that habit, because what you browse on a daily basis is going to affect how you react for the rest of the day. Maybe you see something that upsets you. Maybe you're very political, and you see something that really pisses you off. And now next thing you know, during your lunch break, now that's all you're talking about with your friends and your coworkers. Now you're just talking negative shit the whole time instead of the presentation you got to get ready for tomorrow. You're not spending that productive time, getting after the day and doing what you got to do. You're worrying about other shit. And again, you could worry about that political shit. I get it. Religious shit. I get it. Worry about what, Jennifer Lopez and Kim Kardashian, all those cats are doing. Okay. Worry about that stuff. But just so you know, whatever you think about what is going on outside of your little world, nothing matters. You can only change what you do. So do not worry about everyone else. That was the big thing that I noticed, especially like when you're driving a car. That's a great example. You're driving a car, someone cuts you off. You can yell at them. Okay, he cut you off. You yelled at him. Now what? You yelled, and he's literally going to do nothing. He doesn't care if you yelled. He doesn't care if you cursed. He doesn't care if you flicked him off. Nothing is going to happen. He will not become a better driver because you're upset at this guy. You got to think of life just like that. Everything that goes on in your daily life, nothing matters except for what you're doing. And I'm getting in this habit of like just owning every day and making sure that I'm getting the most out of every single day. So when I wake up all the way until when I go to bed, I want to make sure I'm making the most of the day, whether that's working out, whether that's reading, whether that's, eliminating negative stuff on my phone and just worrying about positive stuff. But what are you doing on a daily basis that's getting you motivated and getting you excited to wake up every day and owning it? And if you don't have anything, then you have to figure out what that thing is, because it's out there. Something motivates you. The biggest thing that you're going to deal with and you're not going to like at the end of this life is regret. Is you don't want to be looking back and saying, I wish I did this when I was 30. I wish I did that when I was 30. And for me, a big thing, obviously, is exercise. You don't have to be fit. You don't have to have a great body. But you got to do some type of exercise. Because I don't think we think long-term the effect that not only dealing with the phones all the time and going straight to the face and not worrying about outside life, but we always make fun of kids that we see on phones. And, especially, me, I'm 34. So I always look at a kid with an iPad and I'm like, he should have went outside and he should be playing cops and robbers and, he should be dressing up like Ninja Turtles, because that's what I did. Going outside, running around, having fun with the friends. We make fun of those kids because they don't do that anymore, but we ain't doing it either. We don't go out as much anymore. We just sit at home and Netflix and chill. And again, not that there's anything wrong with that. It's always good to do that stuff, but you got to make a point. You got to make a schedule. You got to own the day, man. You got to seize the opportunity of this great life we got. Going for a bike ride every day. Maybe going to work out twice a week. Doing some cardio, doing some abs, getting your body moving, moving your body, exercise, working out, all that stuff releases endorphins. And if you don't know, endorphins is like a natural painkiller, right? It does the same effect as morphine, believe it or not. It releases your brain releases these endorphins, and it not only helps with stress, but it could help you sleep better. Meditation's really good for that as well. Acupuncture, all that type of stuff releases these endorphins, and that's really good for you. But when you sit on the couch and look at your phone and watch TV, that doesn't do shit for you. And next thing you know, it's going to be 10 years from now. You're going to have a kid. You're going to go, paycheck to paycheck, or maybe you're not going to have a kid. Maybe you're not going to have a girlfriend or a boyfriend or a husband or a spouse. Maybe you're not going to have any of those things. And it's because of the actions you're doing today. It's because of the laziness that you're doing today. If you don't want that nice car, it's probably because you're too busy dicking around on your phone and not really worrying about how to get that nice car. If you're not materialistic and you just want to have a good body and you want to be healthy and you want to keep your job and that's all you want is you just want to be healthy, well, you can't complain about how you feel and how lazy you are and depressed you are when you're not getting out and you're not getting active and you're not moving. There's a reason why people in Seattle want to kill themselves. It's because it's rainy 24/7. It's dark and gloomy. That's how it is in this house. I mean, look at this. Look on YouTube. The lighting in here is horrible because it's dark out. I got to get out, man. I got to get out. I got to get some vitamin D up in me. You know what I mean? But that's what it's about. It's about owning the day, doing what you got to do to get the most out of this life. So that way in 5 years, you're not regretting it. And by the way, just so you know, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, when you're too old to do the stuff you can do now, you're going to be pissed. Because when you get older, you're not going to be able to walk around. You're not going to be able to work out. God forbid you're stuck in a bed. You know, maybe you have a bad hip and you have to use a walker. There's a lot of shit that can happen, man. You guys are still young. I'm super young. So I want to be in the best shape of my life. So that way when I'm 60, I could say the reason I'm in the best shape of my life is because I worked my ass off when I'm 30. There's no 60-year-old that wakes up tomorrow and says, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to work out and I'm going to be in the best shape of my life. No, dude, that's not how it works. You have to always be in the best shape of your life to be a healthy 60 or 65 or 70-year-old. That's how it works. What you do today is preparing yourself for the future. And I know it's hard to think that far ahead, but what else do you have to do? You should only be living for far ahead. So go out there, kick some ass, take some names, and own that shit. Let's have a badass into 2019, and let's have an even better 2020. And to get you started, I'm going to let you get a whole month off in January. But February 1, if you guys remember last year, February 1 is Fit for February. Yep, you guys know. It's where we do no booze. That's where we do no bread, less sugar, less carbs. The whole month of February, we go hard. More details to come. It's up on my blog, theberardo.com. If you want to participate, check it out. Follow me on Instagram, @theberardo. I'm going to talk all about the details. It's almost January. We got a whole month to prepare for Fit for February. I'm going to be giving out some cool prizes. It's going to be awesome. So I hope you guys are going to participate. Hope you guys join me. I got some awesome workout gear for Christmas. So I'm super motivated now, especially to do Fit for February. So can't wait. Hope to see you guys there. 2020, I got a lot of goals, a lot of things I want to do. I can't wait to have you guys join me on this journey. We're going to keep chipping away until we get to 100 episodes. That's going to be a very, very cool milestone for me. I'm super excited about it, but we're halfway there. So I got a lot of episodes to put out. I hope you guys are going to stick with me this whole time, but thanks for listening. Appreciate you guys, and we will see you next time. Happy New Year, folks. Before I go, I do want to give another shout out to Superfat. Again, superfat.com. Use the code Berardo10, all one word. Use it at checkout. You're going to get a discount on your entire order. I recommend the variety pack that we can try out everything. You are not going to be disappointed. I'm telling you, folks, this is going to be the best nut butter that you've ever had. Give it a shot. Thanks, Superfat, for the love. Thanks for listening. Appreciate you guys, and we will see you next time.